Hello, my name is Richard Churchman and I'm the Managing Partner at Cypher Data Ventures. Cypher Data Ventures specialize in the development of proprietary, real-time data mining software and predictive analytics for corporate clients with an intrinsic need to innovate. Our approach is to develop innovative intellectual property in response to a client problem opportunity, oversee intellectual property assignment on a success-only basis, and provide retained consultancy while maintaining the overriding objective of equitable relationship. Our approach provides corporate clients with an alternative to mergers and acquisitions to assure innovation. You can see more on our website, cypher.gi. This video is to talk about AI, FX and Equity, which is a Cypher Data Ventures discretionary project, meaning we saw the problem opportunity rather than a client specifically briefing us. I'm going to assume in preparing this video that you have an understanding of FX, CFD and equity trading. This may not be a fair assumption. You may consider opening an LMAX exchange account on a demonstration basis to familiarize yourselves with the concepts before proceeding. What you see here is some proprietary software going by the name of Multicharts, which is integrating into my prime brokerage account, LMAX exchange. It's a real money account. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an entirely discretionary trade, as the overwhelming majority of traders do. Let's have a quick look at the euro-dollar chart. Okay, I can see that this morning it's increased an awful lot. Retraced a little bit, went back up, retraced. So I kind of think that this is going to go up. So I'm going to buy 100 micro contracts, in effect betting that the market will go up. So I do this on a discretionary basis.
Position opened.
Plunges straight into loss because we've had to pay the broker some commissions. And then now it's a waiting game. It is worth talking about the psychology of trading. It really is overwhelming. A retail trader, indeed even a professional trader, cannot control their psychology. The way a trader would tend to interact with their prime broker is exactly as I've done. They place discretionary trades. The problem with this is that with markets being driven by fear and greed, the trader will invariably take small profits, absorb big losses. This is just how the industry works. So, having identified a problem opportunity, we created AI, FX and Equity. In effect, we set about solving this problem opportunity in the same way as Airbus set about solving human factors in aviation. Their approach was to design the human out the cockpit, and instead have this human in a completely supervisory capacity, intervening if anything goes drastically wrong. Let's log into AI, FX and Equity and show you what we've created. The general methodology is that a trader may never open or close a trade outside of these specific values come controls. Firstly, let's talk about what it is we're doing. Now, the methodology we've used is documented on the website, aifxe.com, but intrinsically it uses real-time data mining and artificial intelligence to forecast the pip change. For those who don't know, this is the fourth decimal place in a currency pair in a given period of time. In this case, 2 hours. So what we're saying here is that the euro dollar, based upon 5-minute bars, of which we're analyzing 700 of those bars using real-time data mining and artificial intelligence, is going to go up by 6 pips, again the fourth decimal place in the currency pair, in the next 2 hours, and therefore it's signaling that we buy. Cannot execute on a discretionary basis with this software. So what I'm going to do is set these spinner controls to direct the software in taking positions. And I'm going to say that if this forecast is above 5, then it would take a position. So in this example, it certainly would. here I've got the maximum pips I'm willing to lose on that position, and here I have my profit target. Now these are quite wide. I mean, we never really expect these to bite in a normal rational market. Rather, when the position automatically closes itself down at 2 hours, which is what the artificial intelligence is optimized for, we imagine that it will have a 6 pip profit. So these two values, the stop and the take, are really extreme risk management. Now, if I want to start trading, again, this is managed entirely by the AIFX and equity software. I am only here in a supervisory capacity, as I'll go on to evidence. I need to tell the software how many contracts I want to take each 5 minutes when the artificial intelligence recalculates the pip forecast. Now, in this example, I'm going to have a quick look in the market and see how I feel. Do I think that the market is going to go up any further in the euro-dollar? You never really know. Quite likely, artificial intelligence suggests so. I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to take just 2 contracts into the market. Now, by going from 0, what that means is that the software will now automatically start trading. I will not need to execute manually at all. So I'll swap over to multi-charts, where we will see positions open automatically. And while we're waiting for the position to open, let me show you another feature of AIFX and equity. It would be nice to display the forecast in this window, and for that we have the AIFX and equity API. So I'm going to scroll down, select my currency pair, copy the URL, then I can add it as an indicator into my chart, where it will show as a histogram. This means I can manage it entirely centrally. We'll get our first forecast on the next bar. You see it's forecasting 14 in profit. Okay, we've rolled forward a few minutes and we've seen that AIFX and equity has opened a position on its own, and it will continue to do so every 5 minutes, 24 hours a day, subject to the markets being open and subject, of course, to human supervision, not necessarily discretionary trading. What we see here is that the AIFX and equity forecast has been suggesting that the euro-dollar is going to go up. At the extreme, it seems to have been up around 15, and it's softened ever so slightly. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I'm happy with the trade. I'm happy with the centralized position. Now, if there was market news, if there was something catastrophic that had happened, non-farm payrolls being an extremely good example, a key economic indicator, I would probably manually intervene and shut down this position. More likely, though, if I become nervous about the extent to which this position is building, I would come back to AIFX and equity and reduce the number of contracts that I'm going to build into the centralized position. Now, the key concept here is that we are trusting a quantitative methodology, and I'm providing supervision. Again, coming back to that Airbus example, the solution to profitable trading in our world at least is automated, quantitative-based execution with humans providing a supervisory capability only. Does it work? Let's go to AIFX and equity and look at the journal. For the euro-dollar today, where we are taking positions over 5 pips, not factoring in stop loss or take profit, let's see what the results are. It's a fair day on the model. Not brilliant by any stretch, but overall profitable. You can see that we started out well, and then we went into steady decline. This was actually today due to tax changes in Japan, which seems to have sent a ripple effect throughout the entire Asian markets. And then when things started to normalize, Asia was coming to the end of its day, it started building more normally. Not the best of pictures we've seen, but certainly not the worst. So let's have a look at the statistics. We have a 45% profit rate which on the face of it seems worse than chance, but not so. Bear in mind we have supervision here. The average profit is 8 and the average loss is 6. So overall, we've made a 434 pip profit, which is quite significant. That said, it's not the greatest picture we've seen for our statistics. Nonetheless, today alone, using these techniques, we've returned 3.68% on capital, as we trade with 10,000 on a day trade basis and sweep excess capital as profits every day. Thank you for taking the 10 minutes or so it's taken to review this briefing from Cypher Data Ventures. If you're in financial markets, I appreciate 10 minutes is a long time. We launched this version of the software at the Dubai FX Expo in November, where I'm giving a presentation about the underlying statistics, econometrics, and artificial intelligence that actually produces this quite accurate forecast. I mentioned at the start, our core business is providing corporate clients with an alternative to merger and acquisition, and we create similar propositions across a variety of industries using such know-how. Don't hesitate to go to our website, cypher.gi, or email me at richard.churchman@cypher.gi.